So Amanda, if we click over to you, and I think you're going to be talking for 10, 15 minutes on what it's like to be an American living in Southampton at the moment. Is that right?
Right. Yeah, pretty much. I was just kind of asked to share my thoughts and my times here. I'm moving my table here. Um, but yeah, so I am a Fulbright scholar, and that's practically, I would describe it as like an American exchange student um, to the UK to pursue a master's degree, and then they also have an option for professors to come over and do some sort of an exchange as well to work on research. So I came over to pursue a master's degree in ocean science here at the University of Southampton. And I have absolutely loved my time here. It is a bit unfortunate with COVID and the way that my program was set that I haven't really gotten a lot of time to explore around Southampton or just England in general. But my program ended in September, so now I'm kind of taking the time to uh, be out and volunteer and be involved in the community and explore around as I can. Though it is a bit limited as well with with COVID in general. Um, but a lot of the things that I liked about Southampton is that um, I was down at the waterfront campus for most of my courses, but my housing was up near Highfield, and so it was very easy, I found, to get around the city with that bit of a journey. Um, and I was really impressed with the transportation system. And I know like traffic can be a hassle sometimes, but coming from where I am in the US, North Carolina is a bit more rural. In certain places there are some larger cities, but yeah, we don't really have public transport, I would say. That's kind of on par with here. So I was very pleased and impressed with that. And also just like I think having reliable transport just makes the city feel a bit more safe as well. And it's like it's my first time being, I guess, away from my hometown area for an extended period of time. So it definitely it helped me build my independence, I think, and feel confident in that respect. To have reliable transportation and ways to get around. Um, Other than that, the city itself, like I absolutely love how like the history of Southampton builds in with the modern city down here, especially in the old town. And since I was in the waterfront most of the times, I was mainly in city center a lot. I've gotten to enjoy walking along the walls. Like it's nothing that we would see in the US. So I found that super fascinating. Um, and yeah, I think most of the things that it might just like kind of discontent is just mainly I haven't had time to explore it. And my program, um, it was a 1 year master's, so we squeezed a lot of information into it. So I didn't really have a lot of time. And so I'm kind of at a loss for like what there is to do in Southampton, like what unique characteristics, what unique events or something that Southampton would generally have to offer. But other than that, yeah, I've enjoyed my time here immensely.
Okay, good. Shall we help you, Amanda, and ask you some questions?
Sure.
Here's the first one. Since you've been here, how many times have you been asked about Trump?
I think it's countless at this moment. It has come up frequently in a lot of conversations.
And will you be staying up tonight to see the debate?
I was thinking about it, but I don't think so. It's very late at this time. But
Okay, questions for Amanda. Do you want to just raise your hand and speak? Anyone got any questions? Chris? You're on mute, Chris.
So, Amanda, when you go back to the States, what do you hope to do?
Right. So my field in ocean science is very hands-on, and I personally like the field work aspect, collecting data, and yeah, I guess producing data for use of scientists as well as climate models. So what I specifically like to do is kind of put on halt at the moment, just because they don't like to do in-person things because of COVID. So I'm kind of looking at a way to get my foot in the door, maybe start working on some computer simulations of ocean circulation or climate models or something like that. And then when restrictions lift and people can be in person again, I would hope to be on the field team to be collecting data. Yeah.
Any other questions? Alistair?
Whereabouts in North Carolina are you from, Amanda?
My family is from the Raleigh area, which is the capital city.
Right.
So it's very centralized North Carolina. But I went to undergrad on the coast, just kind of how I got involved in this field.
Thank you. And is Raleigh-Durham still a growing area?
It is Research Triangle Park is what they call it.
Yeah.
Joe?
Hi, Amanda. What made you come to the UK to do your studying rather than staying in the US to do it?
Right. So my undergraduate had an undergrad exchange program with the University of Southampton for marine biology. But I did my undergrad in physics, so I wasn't eligible for that exchange program. Though a lot of my friends and my co-workers in the jobs that I had were marine biologists, and they told so many wonderful stories about the exchange program and the opportunities they had here. And then my concentration for physics was in physics of the ocean. So it's basically currents and the movements of oceans and how it deals with climate. And so I've been I was trying to find ways to extend my opportunities and try to somehow pursue an education here. And then I found out that Southampton University actually has one of the best oceanography schools in the world. So yeah, I continued to pursue any opportunity I could to try to be here.
Okay, well done. James? You're on mute, James.
I'm just moving my. I was just going to say, what was your master's actually in then?
So it was a Master's of Science in Oceanography, but with the physics concentration. So it kind of, it hit on every aspect of science within the ocean. So we had chemistry, biology, physics, and geology, and then a couple of specialized climate modeling, ecological modeling, just anything to do with the ocean, which is what I really loved about the program and what specifically drew me to it. That kind of answers your question as well, Joe.
Yeah.
But because a lot of other programs make you specialize, and like I'd be completely stuck in physics, but I like how the ocean is very interdisciplinary, and you need all of the different aspects to work together to make up the entire environment. And I think that's a really key point of this program that I absolutely loved from it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Amanda, just one. On the 2 occasions I've seen you recently, it's been at board in the city.
Yes.
Just a quick question. What have you been doing there and how have you found it?
Right. So I've been helping out with an initiative that's been trying to reduce food waste. And a fellow Rotaractor actually is the head of that initiative. And so I've been helping just prepare all the food that they get and basically just chop up vegetables and things like that. And then pack and prepare the meals that they make and distribute.
Okay, well, thank you for your help in that area anyway. Okay, no, John, you got one question?
Yeah, I'd just like to come in and say evening, Amanda. I'd just like to, maybe you could mention a bit about your Rotaract involvement. We had a meeting the other day, but I just wondered how you found that, especially when you're coming into the area, how you found joining into Rotaract, how it's helped you.
Right. Well, I mean, Rotary specifically has helped me a lot. And then the Rotaract, it's definitely, I guess it was kind of like one of my first points of contacts in the city. James actually helped me get acquainted with the city, but then Rotaract at the university helped me get acquainted with people, I guess, who are also fellow students, and kind of, along the same interests as me. Though it was kind of a struggle throughout this year with trying to get Rotaract off the ground again, but I think the people who have kind of committed to it have been great to get to know them, and the businesses and the initiatives that they're starting are just very inspiring.
Okay.
Lovely. Thank you, Amanda.
James?
Facebook is how Amanda, through her mum, connected with our Rotary Club, because she had 2 weeks after her Fulbright initial induction, and it was, can anyone help? So they are Sean, our Facebook group has a purpose, a benefit, as well as, so there we are.
The circle.
Okay, Amanda, thank you very much for taking the trouble to join us this evening. As I said, it's been a pleasure to meet you on a couple of occasions, and I'm sure we're going to meet several times more over the next couple of months before you return to the States. So again, thank you very much for today, and also what you're contributing in the city, as well as your education. So thank you. Okay.